Right, 17 July 2025, and today I would like to give you the morning update. Unfortunately, our internet is so crazy here. So what's happening is it's so slow, not slow, but it's erratic. So I have to it take longer to do my stuff than usual. So I had to go up and down and get guys to help me to connect, but it's okay. So I am live now. And let us go through what is going on. Don't mind this big mess here. Today I was just I had a long trip. You saw me, and normally when I travel from Cape Town to Zambia, if you're in Joburg, it takes you 2 hours. If you're in Cape Town, it's a 2-hour journey one way and a 2-hour journey another way. It's crazy. So let's go through what is trending. Today is a big news day in Zimbabwe. Thursdays are the biggest news days in Zimbabwe, especially in our newspapers. So I always tell you guys that the Zimbabwe newspapers are probably the best newspapers in the region. So unfortunately, they don't make money, but Zimbabwe newspapers are probably the best newspapers that we have. So normally in the mornings, I take you through the newspapers, but I go a little bit deeper so that you understand the news and how it affects everything that is going on. So let's get started and let's go to Auxilia Mnangagwa. But before I go to Auxilia Mnangagwa, I want to take you through Zambia. Zambia is doing very, very well. Since I have been to Zambia, I've never seen Zambia doing so well in terms of traffic. So people are coming into Zambia in large numbers. Yesterday, it took us, let's say, about 20 minutes to get out of the airport. There's a lot of tourism in Zambia. People are coming into the country, and it's amazing. There's a lot of actual wealth. You can see people are getting wealthy in Zambia. They're getting, so the standard of living is improving drastically here in Zambia. So they're doing very, very well. And also, if you look at construction, lots of buildings coming up in the country. And I'll show you later on today some of the buildings that are coming up. The skyline of Zambia is changing and is doing quite well. I like it. I like what's happening in Zambia. Now, let's go to the news because my internet, as you can see, is erratic. I don't know on your side if you can see me, but I'm seeing myself on and off. This is what was happening when I was trying to get this thing sorted. So what's happening with Auxilia is that she's been unable to speak for the past few weeks. So she had an incident in Gwanda where during a speech, she started to slur and then she started to ramble. So she was going on and on, talking without making any sense. So yesterday, Auxilia has shown up for the first time and she is showing signs of still not being able to speak properly. She is breathless. So every time she speaks, she is breathless. And it shows me that something has happened to her, but she is recovering. So I want to quickly look for a video here of Auxilia speaking. This is crazy. Let's look for it on here. My other gadget has just lost internet. So let's look for Auxilia on my phone. We cannot find her here. So quickly look for Auxilia on my phone. Apologies there, guys. My computer has lost internet, but we've got something here on my phone. Let's see. Okay, there. So many videos here.
Indeed,
okay.
I've observed that the marginalized groups, which include people living with disabilities, the homeless population, such as children living on the streets, and the poor, continue to succumb to this scourge. Yet it is also common to come across a professional who is intoxicated even while at work.
Okay, so things to note. Normally, Auxilia has got short hair. She's got a wig now. And there are avoiding showing you her face all the time. So they quickly move away. When she's talking, they quickly move to the crowd. So that's heavy editing. The videos have been heavily edited. And what I can see is, one, the swelling on the face, and also the fact that she is breathless. So I can see she's recovering. She's probably taking treatment, and she should be able to move around. You'll be able to see her doing the usual, which is moving around very energetically. She does a lot. She does too much. For a first lady, she does more than usual. But as I was saying, she is basically recovering after a few weeks where she could not speak, where someone else had to do the speech for her when she stood there. So I believe that this is not something physical on her body, but something else. And I don't want to be a doctor right now. I don't want to start talking about if something is neurological or if something is physical. So all I'm trying to say to you is, this is not a small thing. You're going to see a lot of things happening with Auxilia Mnangagwa. Very big story, because she's a big player in the politics of Zimbabwe. So she's an influencer of Mnangagwa. Everything that Mnangagwa is doing, she influences it a lot. Okay, Mnangagwa himself is currently traveling in Japan. Yesterday, there was Zimbabwe National Day, and he gave a speech there. You can go and check it out on all the platforms. So Mnangagwa giving a speech at Japan, that is during the Zimbabwe Day. So many of the other countries had their days. So Zimbabwe's day was yesterday. It was the Africa. Japan is focusing Africa, and they claim that over 500,000 people have come or have passed through the Zimbabwe stand. Okay, now let's quickly go through other things. So like I said, today I've got erratic internet, so it's going to be affecting what I'm doing here a lot. And this just started now. I don't know why it's happening so badly. It's terrible. I hate it when my internet is that bad. So now let's go to other stories. I want to quickly find if I can upload my pictures here. And that is so important. I need my pictures. And I can't upload them. It's crazy. Let's try to get some pictures, because there's a big story in South Africa that I want to show you. Let's see if we can get them. While we're at that, I want us to look at the politics in South Africa. It's getting bad. So the DA and the ANC are fighting very badly. They're fighting like a cat and a dog. So I foresee a collapse of the current arrangement in the South African government, where the DA and the ANC are governing together. This is because the government of President Ramaphosa is at odds with the guys, with the guys in the DA, but worse with the Americans. So the Americans want South Africa to change the policy. However, the South Africans want to go with the BRICS, and they are sort of like wanting to do it. They want to have a good relationship with the Americans, but at the same time, they want to go with the BRICS. Those two things don't work together. So what has currently happened is that the DA has been sending delegations to the United States of America, and the spy agency of South Africa has pointed out certain people within the DA, and they say these people are responsible for the bad relationship between South Africa and the United States. And specifically, so I wanted to show you a picture, and this is terrible. I can't get my stuff over here. But what they've done and what they've indicated here is they pointed out one person within the DA and say she's responsible for the problems that are there between South Africa and the United States. And they've pointed out DA MP Emma Powell. So if you go to today's press, you're going to see that they're pointing out Emma Powell as the person who's responsible for the bad relationship. They say she's going to the United States, and when they go to these delegations, she is giving what they call disinformation to the Americans. So that is the big story that is taking place in South Africa. You can see it. It's not going to end well as long as South Africa does not address the 4 requirements that have been put in place by the Trump administration. So the Trump administration has given them 4 things that they need to do to normalize relationships. However, the South Africans don't want to do it. Some of the things are stop singing, kill the Boer, stop the expropriation without compensation. So they need to stop expropriation with compensation. South African companies must not be subjected to BBEE. That's one of the requirements. And basically, I think the other one is get out of BRICS. So get out of BRICS. BRICS yakadakwa. I don't like BRICS myself. BRICS is nothing to me, as far as I'm concerned. Terrible mistake to go with the BRICS. I'd rather go with the Americans. Let's see if I've got my pictures now. Guys, I still don't have my pictures. I hate it when I can't show you pictures because it's so important. The things I want to show you, most of them need a picture. Then let's go to Zimbabwe, back to Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe has discovered one of the most valuable minerals. So it's called Pollucite. It is only available in Zimbabwe at a mine called Bikita Minerals. So Bikita Minerals is near my village. There is a place called Bikita Minerals. If you are in Zimbabwe, you know a place called where women sell vim. Vim is a scorer for washing plates. And the Chinese are running the mine there. They bought the mine a few years ago. It's the only place where you can find that thing in the whole of Africa. And this mineral is costing tens of thousands of dollars per kg. So they've started mining there, but this is nothing compared to what has been discovered in Gwanda. So if I can tell you guys, according to my intelligence sources, what has been discovered in Gwanda is massive. So there's a massive discovery, and the guys are mining there without telling anyone. I don't know what they're mining, but they've discovered something very big. So if you go to the Herald newspaper, which I can't show you now because of, in fact, let me see if I can try to show you the Herald newspaper. So they've discovered a massive mineral there, which is worth thousands and thousands, tens of thousands per kg or per ton. So this one is well known and there's a plant already. However, there's another one that has been discovered in Gwanda, which they're not telling you about. And this one is worth even more. So these rare earth minerals, they are so valuable. And when you see the guys just driving their trucks across the border, they're taking away billions and billions to their countries. And Mnangagwa, they don't know what is going on. They don't know what is being mined. They think that is just Pollucite. There is a lot more rare earth minerals in Zimbabwe, especially in Matebeleland. Matebeleland has got the most minerals. The Europeans have done a map of Matebeleland, and the amount of wealth underneath the Matebeleland grounds is so much, and it's not just the gold. It's so many different things that are over there. No one is properly exploiting these things. And Mnangagwa, Arikura Vanhu, and Zara Aka broker. That is the problem with Mnangagwa. He doesn't know. He's going around all over the world. But all these guys need to do is to sit down, look at what we already have, and manage it properly. At the moment, they just hand over a piece of ground to the Chinese. They don't even know what they're handing over. And it's sad to watch this situation that is developing in Zimbabwe, because they're just happy to say, we found Pollucite, we found Pollucite. But what else is there? They don't even know, and they're not exploiting it properly. Okay, so let's quickly, I don't know, I'll just have to find another room later on today. This is crazy. But I don't think it's the room. I think it's the fact that so many networks. I think here I've got 5 or 6 networks, and I don't even know which one to connect to because Nakashika late. So let me try to show you this one. Apologies, guys. 1 second while I try to connect. Okay, a second. Okay, it's not gonna work. So I have to talk to it. Okay, so we've done Pollucite. Now let's go to the coup. Right, so the coup in South Africa. The security experts have talked yesterday. That thing is very unlikely. It's unlikely that there will be a coup in South Africa. So according to security experts, the minister, Kumbudzo Njaveni, has overestimated the possibility of a coup in South Africa. Like I said yesterday, it's not possible to do a coup in South Africa because the country is big. It's got checks and balances. There are many state security agencies and bodies. So you cannot just do your own thing. So let me try to do everything from here. On the phone, it seems like the phone is working. So I'll try to do everything. So that's Minister Kumbudzo Javeni there. Yesterday, she said there's likely going to be a coup, or they were worried that there was a coup that was going to take place in South Africa. But according to security experts, this is not a possibility at all. And I believe this is correct. There's no way you can do a coup in South Africa. There's like many different checks and balances within the system. So I don't know what she was talking about and why she was talking about it. I believe that she had her own reasons, but I don't think a coup is even a risk in South Africa. That is like the last thing you can talk about in South Africa, not a coup. You can talk of other things, but not a coup. So I don't know what she was talking about. As I said, I believe that she had her own reasons to talk about it. And we'll find out as the days go. Remember, Mkwanazi has came up with allegations of corruption. And the question is she saying Mkwanazi did it because he wanted to carry out a coup? I don't think so. And I believe that this is just crazy political talk from her. When I look at her, most times she says a lot of stuff, and I don't believe that they're always correct, the things that she says. Okay. Then I want to go to HIV. So HIV, after the US aid has left, is ravaging Africa. So Africa is being decimated by HIV. The infection rates have skyrocketed across Africa because the prevention strategies of US aid are no longer available. So US aid had a program called PrEP, and I don't know if the other one is after or the other one is before. So if a guy is so before, that's prevention, and after you already did it, that's I don't know what that's called. So now people are getting a lot of HIV. The infection rates among young people are skyrocketing, and the World Health Organization has today recommended that there should now be an introduction of a drug called lenacapavir, which I talked about last week. So that is a recommendation today, where someone will get an injection twice a year to prevent HIV. So it's like the flu shot for HIV. That is what they've recommended. And so you might see that in the next year or two, everyone might have to get the HIV prevention drug, lenacapavir, including you guys. You'll be getting that drug very soon if this World Health Organization recommendation goes through. So that's why they are recommending that everyone gets the HIV drug, lenacapavir. That's the World Health Organization is calling for the immediate rollout of the HIV injectable lenacapavir to stem the rising cases in Africa. So people are getting infected, especially the youngsters, the young ladies, mostly between the ages of 15 and 25. That is where the highest number of HIV infections are taking place, because Madara, they're also going down there to the youngsters and causing a chaos. Madara are very bad. The Madara are the ones causing all this disaster. And then let's see if there's one or two other things I can cover here before I go, because I don't like it when I can't show pictures. Let's look at Mudara Musabaeka. So if you go to the H Metro newspaper, there is an old man there who passed away, a former mayor of Mutare. He was married to a number of women. He had massive businesses and also had some buses, I believe. So one of his wives, Dorcas, has contested his will. So if you go to Herald newspaper, you are going to see that Msabaeka's will is being contested. And Msabaeka was one of the top business people, and he left behind many, many children, grandchildren, and his first wife, Jane, had 6 children. However, his second wife, Dorcas, is now saying she thinks that will is fake because she also had 2 children with him, and she was married to him for 34 years. So go check it out in the Herald newspaper. And in terms of the newspapers, the ones I like the most, H Metro, you cover almost everything. If you read H Metro, you will find a lot of sport and entertainment. If you read Herald, you see a lot of news. Chronicle, the guys tend to go on the ground a lot. So you see them, they will cover a story and they'll go somewhere and see. It's like Gambakwe. If you go to Gambakwe, you're going to see Gambakwe in a place doing something, actual something. Whereas to my channel, they will sit on their on chair, kariba kona mkuku, and say, Gambakwe, Gambakwe Rita say nas. Wakamuna Rimuna no report about another guy who is reporting. That is crazy. I've never seen such garbage. Like a broker, like a tapper. Kutamba angu Kuli and Mnangagwa. I'm joking. I like teasing Kuli and Mnangagwa a lot. And Yumpana akataka kuchema pa TV. Zisimba chema ano zaru DJ Anoli. Akataka kuchema pa TV. Nezuro. Go check it out. Achichema Seka Babe on TV. Right. In Rukota is get out my picture anga load. That's how to call a space pillar. All right. Then the South African artist Majluputu has died, 50. So this is sad. That is a popular South African comedian. Majluputu died. And it's terrible. I cannot believe it that this man has passed. Many people liked Majluputu. He passed away yesterday. And then, as I was saying, Nelson Chamisa has posted. It's very rare for Chamisa to post these days. He's posted something about Singapore. So go check it out. He says Singapore has got the what you call immigration clearance by robots. But Singapore is crazy. Every friend of mine tried to go there, Singapore. There's nothing for you guys in Singapore. Let me give you an example. Zimbabwe is like your village. Singapore is like Harare. That is the difference. So in your village, you'll be getting water at the well. You'll be farming with some cows and all that. Singapore is so far advanced. It's like China. When you go to China, it's so way ahead in terms of everything that they're doing there, technology-wise. And when I came here to Zambia, one of the biggest things I realized is that Zambia is dramatically developing. Like everything that you can think of in Zambia is there now, and at a scale and level that you cannot believe. So Zambia's development is, especially in Lusaka, because remember, Zambia has got 2 parts. It's got what's happening in Lusaka and what's happening across the country. Zambia is full of opportunity. It's going very well. You've got everything like running water, hotels. When I was walking downstairs, the girls were offering to give me a massage. And I'm not talking the funny massage. I'm talking about proper, there are businesses in everything. The malls are doing well. Young guys are opening shops. If you want to open a business, there's space. It's clean. So when you're walking in Zambia, it's clean. The road is nice. There's no bump nowhere. Guys, these things I'm telling you about, it's in Zambia. It's not in South Africa. So the road in Zambia now looks better than the road in South Africa. When I'm in Midrand, when I'm driving, my car hits bumps. And I have to worry about broken lights. In Zambia, nothing like that. Of course, you can see that they are not at that level of South Africa yet, but they are quickly going there. People are coming to the airport. There are massive opportunities. I've got a bunch of business cards here from different people that I talked to yesterday. Like young people, the problem they have is market. So at the moment, remember when we went to Mozambique, we said there's no market. So they have a lot of produce. This is honey, right? I just bought this honey from somebody. And this honey is from a small business. In South Africa, I easily buy this for $200. Here, you buy it for maybe $70. The prices are quite low for stuff because the market is not there. Then obviously, in terms of the development of the technological development, there's a lot of opportunity there. But lots of opportunity, you can clearly see that there's money being made. On the other hand, in Zimbabwe, money is only being made by one or two people. That's Wikino and Uyutagwiri. You will never develop. And the Chinese. So it's three people. Wikino, Chivai, and the Chinese. They're the only people making money. That is crazy. And you can't believe it. So that is our problem. We don't have a structure for development. But in Zambia, they have a structure for development. The president is doing very well. They are running seminars, many seminars on how to develop. They are going to other countries. And that DRC know that Zambia is going over there to develop. The British have sent, this month, they've put in an amount of 70 million for small SMMEs. If you want that money, if you want to do something, there's 70 million right now, dollars available. Yesterday, I saw guys looking for who wants this money, who wants to do things with this money. Not available. Those kind of things are not available in Zimbabwe. So we have a different structure. Nelson Chamisa's ideas are good, but I do not like that thing of a movement. I don't believe that a movement is going to take us there. So that's what I have to say about the developments that Nelson Chamisa wants to do. You need to take power. Without taking power, you can't do it. You can't expect someone who is in power to give you an opportunity. Don't wait. So you have to take power. And to take power, you need to have a party. You need to have a political party. You need to challenge elections. So you need to go into elections and challenge. And you need to win elections. And winning election needs muscle. You need muscle. You need to push out the other guy. You can't just go there and expect the other guy to walk out. So you can't walk out and you won't walk out. All right. Which takes me to, guys, this is crazy. I don't know if it's my computer or what, but I just can't seem to open my files. Because I wanted to show you someone else that is of interest to me, but we have to do that later on. So tonight, what I'm going to do, I'm going to sort this out on my gadgets, and then we'll sort out everything that we want to do. Let's look at the comments. So let's look at the comments very quickly, and then we'll be gone. Today, I'm going to be out. I've got some meetings, and we'll make it happen. Okay. Just 1 second. All right. So from today, we're going to start looking at Fadai, what she'll be posting. Obviously, she's now a person of interest to us. I want to see what she's posting. So I can't share a screen. So she said, good morning, 5 a.m. club. Someone is recommending you in rooms you do not have access to yet. Someone saw your effort. Someone felt your character. That silent respect is moving things behind the scene. Okay, I agree with her. And I like women who do a lot of work. We're going to do well, guys. We're going to do a lot of good stuff. And we are responsible. So the things that we need to do, we are responsible. We can't delegate our responsibilities to war veterans. We can't delegate our responsibilities to other people. We have to do it. And I see many young people who say, imbopai Mudara Chiwenga agadzire. Mudara Chiwenga must work if he wants to be president. So he has to work. He has to do work. Everyone must work if they want to become a president. You can't be handed the presidency. So you're going to see what is going to happen. There's going to be a change in the way things work. Many people want Zimbabwe to do, but you can't do it without the push. You have to do the push, and everyone must push. Mnangagwa must be pushed out. Anofanirwa kuendeswa kubikita. Anotamba muchongoyo. Mnangagwa na Auxilia vanoita masabuku kubikita. That is what we need them to do. You can't let those two to just continue what they're doing. Baka broker, baka dakwa. Mnangagwa aka broker. Sean aka broker. Kuda aka broker. Emerson Jr. aka broker. Then aka kakomana Collins kaka broker. Kanotora vakadzi vanhu vanenge varamba. Tamba hangu Collins. Right, guys, I like to tease these guys a lot. Especially Sean. Sean was such a nice guy. I don't know what happened to him. He just changed suddenly. Akatanga kudhakwa. Akatanga kutumira vanhu vake kunosunga nyoka ku Johannesburg. Okay, I can't share this screen. I'll have to do it another time. Let me then go to the comments and then we'll be gone. So now our people will be, Father will be one of our people. We'll be checking here every single morning. Right, let's look at the comments very quickly. Then I'm out of here. You can see what I need to sleep. I don't sleep at all. So let's see if I can find comments here because I can't do comments on my computer for some reason. All right, let's see. Father would do better without taking orders from Chamisa. Totally agreed. We need to reconfigure the opposition. There's no question about it. Comment on Hopo's response to your opinion on him. I haven't seen it. Sorry, guys. I've been traveling. So I don't want to comment about it. I don't want to comment because I haven't seen it. Come James, what did you say? Type it here. I don't watch, like I've got people who check the internet for me because I'll be traveling most of the time or I'll be doing something else. So yesterday, I did not talk to a person. Like the one guy replied, I was in the train, in the house train in the morning. That was the last time I talked to anyone. So I got a lot of respect for Hopo and I've got a lot of respect for everyone. So BT, Scala, all these guys. Mkwananzi, I spend a lot of time in his home with his family. Most of the guys, there's no single person I haven't gone into their house. And if you look at Trust and Joe, I went spent a lot of time with him. Most of the opposition leaders, they invited me in their homes and I sat there with their families. Osana Moy, I spent a lot of time with him. So I know a lot of the guys. The problem we have is narrative, right? We can't say the whole country can't function if you have all these intelligent people and they can't do anything. There are many guys, for example, Chief Ndiweni, if you look at Smangilizwe, Nkomo, if you look at the war veterans themselves, there are a lot of people that are capable. But with all these capable people, we are failing to fill over 1,000 positions in the opposition. So there are 1,000 positions, that is chairmen, secretary generals, provincial leaders with nothing. So I don't know what Hopo said. He called me what? A lying charlatan. I don't know about that. Remember, no one was appointed. That was a proposal. So I don't want to comment on something I haven't read. And let me make it clear. If you don't take leadership, so let's say you're typing every day, Chamisa this, Gambakwe this, we eventually have to take leadership. So you can't just be a commentator. You have to take leadership. That's all I can say. Eventually, you have to take the leadership. So you can't criticize other people. And then when you have an opportunity, let's say now we say BT, now you are the Deputy Secretary General. Hopo, you're now the chairman. Scala, you're now such and such. Now here's the structure, working it. Because someone has to come up with that structure. You have to start somewhere. We cannot have a situation where you always delegate it to someone else to do it. The time is now come, or do we say come or come? The time is now here when we now have to structure and get ready for the next elections. So you see me, I'm not in my house, right? And next year, I'll probably won't be in my house for the whole year, like going to different places. We have to structure this thing. You can't defeat Mnangagwa without a structure. So who do you want to be in that structure? If you say Tamisa's approach is wrong, what is the alternative? That is where we are. But I haven't seen nothing. I know that Mkoma James are exaggerating. People cannot call me a lying charlatan. It's not possible. Mkoma wangu, you cannot do that. Otherwise, I'll ask them to withdraw because I've not talked to Oppo myself about anything. We are still in the process where we are going to approach different people and nothing is given. So let's say we propose you as, for example, Jealous Mawari, right? Do you think Jealous is not capable to be Secretary General? So let's say we propose him to be Secretary General and he doesn't want. Oh, good. Do you know how many other people in Zimbabwe can be Secretary General? There's a whole bunch of people. So let's not have this finality of saying, oh, we propose this guy, so now we can't propose anybody else. We have to propose people. We have to come up with a structure. And that structure must win elections. And it's not a movement. A movement cannot win elections. A movement is like, what is that thing that happened in America? Black Lives Matter, all those things. These are movements that don't win elections. You will never see them. Dudula, yes, Dudula is a movement. You think Dudula will win an election? And then usindisa uthi wena wadla imali kanyoka yamabhunu zidzoro sindizo zidzoro. Do you think kuti pandiri panapa ndauya nemari yanyoka yamabhunu inini pandofamba unonga ndiri kufamba nemari yemunyoka yamabhunu? I work, I innovate. When you see me here, don't think I'm sitting here talking to you, just talking. I implement. So one thing about me is I implement and I'm present. So you will never see me going a day without showing up. So I'm going to show up, and that is important. Showing up is important. If you don't show up, what are you talking? Show up and let us see. So let's see. So when you talk of Nyoka Mabunu, I paid over 75,000 of my own money to this thing. There is no person who has ever paid that much. And not only that, my time is of value. When I go in an aeroplane and I go to Johannesburg and spend 3 days looking for Nyoka, I mean, literally looking for the guy. You didn't know where he was. I look for the guy. I find him. So don't talk nonsense. Sindiso, Zoro, Raka Broker. Zoro Raka Zara Bura. Goma Wano Warika. Let's see. M31 will give position thought. We don't give you no position. Come on, guys. Don't be silly. We propose. No one is given a position. The president is going to appoint the people. So let me tell you how the process works. We took Changrai's positions and put them in a database. We put Chamisa's positions and put them in the database. Then we took those people who are in parliament and put them on the database. Then we say, remove all people who are in parliament because they're busy. And then find out who else is there, who was in the past, and put them into the M31 structure. So that's how that thing happened. And then we said at the top, we can't have weak people. We need strength at the top. Who is the strongest person right now? We put Fadzai. She's the most strongest person. If you see, there's no alternative on the president. So right now we have Fadzai sitting there as the most strongest person who can be a president. Right now, if you put Fadzai there, she can galvanize everybody. And women are not voting. So we need more women. She can do well. So we say we put Fadzai as a proposal. Then what we're going to do, we're going to approach her and say, Fadzai, we nominate you to be our presidential candidate. Do you want to be a presidential candidate? It's a formal process that will happen, which will be formal. Because she will do all the work. And then on day 99 out of 100, someone is going to pitch and say, I'm now the president. We don't want that. So we want a formal discussion, which will result in her accepting. Then we say, of all the people that are there, who can be the chairman? A chairman needs to be strong and will be able to stop the nonsense that has been happening. So people have been fighting and taking each other to say this and that one says that one. And there's all this confusion. We need a chairman that can stamp authority and say you can't do that. So we say Hopo is the proposed person. Then we say, who is the chief of staff in that office of Hopo who is going to deal with day-to-day matters? And we say, okay, Nicola Watson was, is she Nicola? She was part of the people that really could bring order, but without causing conflict. So we put her there. Then we say, who's the guy who can be treasury, who can hold the funds without stealing it? And say, David Cotter. Do you see the method? And it doesn't mean if we propose you, it's like the last thing. You literally can be out of it. And when you see the government, next time when the government is formed with the opposition people, you won't be in it. And life will go on. So, guys, this thing I'm doing, do you see that I'm not in the political structure? Who is going to do it? Who is going to set up our political structure? For the past 10 years, the opposition has failed to organize themselves. That is the logic. Someone has to draw a line and say, let's try to start here. And then we take it from there. It's not perfect, but let's start somewhere. Okay. So that's the logic. And myself, as I said to you, I've started a lot of things. And I know how it goes. When you start something, it looks like it's not possible. And then as time goes on, your eyes open and you see that this thing can work. That's why you see that today I am in Zambia. Why am I in Zambia? Because I'm starting something else. That is why I'm here. And when I'm coming, where are you? And James Chwana. Where are you, James Chwana, right now? So in 10 years, don't be surprised Gambakwe is $1 billion because he did the work. He did the work. You must do the work. If you don't do the work, you can't succeed. And you can't blame someone else. So I don't want next time anyone to say, Chamisa akazodai. Chamisa akazodai. Imimi itai. Nokita kwancho iko. And it's mzazo blame Chamisa. Next time I hear someone blaming Chamisa, I'll ask you, didn't we offer you a chance? And what did you say? Okay. Right, let's go to Mdara Msabaeka. I want to show you the picture of Mdara. It seems like his picture is now there. So that's Mdara Msabaeka there and Dorcas. So that is the picture I couldn't show you earlier. This is Pollucite, which I couldn't show you earlier. So Pollucite there, it's been discovered in Bikita. The only place where you can find this thing in the world. It is used for military, aerospace, and gas and oil applications. Then you've got Emma. So you see Emma Power over here. She's being accused of selling out to the Americans by ANC. Then you've got Chamisa's tweet over here. This picture is just loaded now. So Chamisa's tweet on Singapore, which brought us into all this long discussion about what needs to happen in Zambia and all that. And then we've got Mashuputu. I showed you Mashuputu already. So this is crazy. It's just frozen again. So let's go back to my phone and get out that picture. Want to see Chamisa's tweets over here. Like I said, we're going to be showing Fadzai more now, so that she can. And if Fadzai misses this opportunity to be president, it won't happen again. So this is Chamisa tweet over here on Singapore. So like I'm saying, do you see now we're in 2025? Mamijuru, I was walking around with her and the rest of the guys, I'm not jealous. That was about 3 years before the election. Changirai started his coalition about 3 years ahead of the I think it was 2018 election. So what is the difference? The difference now is we have absolutely no opposition in the country. There's no political party opposition right now. The guys who pretend to be opposition, Ana Kasukwere, Ana Zimbabwe Independent Movement, Ana, what is the other one? CC. They are ineffective. They will not be able to maintain those seats in parliament. And if they win in cities, it's just because of the protest vote. We don't want a protest vote. We want to decimate Mnangagwa. Like, we want to hit him so hard, 75%, like what happened here in Zambia. Must hit Mnangagwa so hard that he will not have a chance to rig. And what is needed is no more criticism. We don't want to criticize Mnangagwa just by talking. We want to systematically build an opposition that will succeed and win. So that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. And that's where we need to start. So we need to start there. We need a structure. We need a structure that can form a government that can succeed. And inina ndikunzwe kufunga na Mnangagwa. Azigoni. And ndikunzwe kufunga na Mnangagwa. Azigoni. And many people inside the system want change. They want change. They want to succeed. They want the $1,500 salary a month. It's possible. Come here, guys. The flight to Zambia is very cheap. I think it costs you less than $100 to fly to Zambia. I'll go to Zambia and walk around Lusaka for a bit and see what a country can become. Go to Cape Town. I stay in Cape Town. I remove my shoes and I walk out of my house and I can walk to my mall without getting even a sand on my feet. That is how clean my neighborhood is. Guys, you can't leave this thing to someone who came out of the bush and went straight into government. They've got no clue what's going on. Mnangagwa has got no idea how to fix the situation. And we don't want this to continue. So my job right now is to make sure that we get this done. Let's get Mnangagwa out. The next elections, you can't say, Tomira Army, Kutizo Bisa Mnangagwa. Even if the army was to remove Mnangagwa today, there's 2 elections in 2028. You still have to vote. And you have to get him out through a vote. He has to be removed through a vote. So, that period is over. Don't look anymore to Mnangagwa. Now we have to create a new thing. Okay, I think we've covered it. What is the time? 48 minutes. I'm talking longer than Makandio. Makandio is better. Apostle, like when I watch Apostle Chiwenga, don't think like normally I'll be working out. I finish the workout, I go, then I come back, and the man is not talking. I don't want to be like that. Okay, I'm just kidding. Thank you guys for watching. It's been amazing. And let's do the work. Let's put in the work. Let's make it a possibility. So like I said, I'm traveling this week. So we're literally not going to do much on the M31 political party project. But the next stage is to get the president to accept whoever is going to be president. So right now it's Fadzai who's been nominated. For her to accept, to say, I want to be the presidential candidate. And that means everyone in that structure will have to be approached formally. And I've said this yesterday and the day before. you'll be formally approached to say, we want you to be our presidential candidate. We want to bring you in as the Secretary General. We want to bring you in as chairman. We want to bring you in as VP. And you say yes or no. But don't chicken out from leadership. Take the leadership positions. Someone has to lead. The reason why people blame Chamisa is because they don't want to do it themselves. They want to find someone else to blame. Now, Chamisa is not there in a political party. He has told you, put a ndipo of a political party. And you keep going to look for him to say, Chamisa, we have a party. Chamisa, we have a party. Guys, Zaka broker. Let's not be broke like Mnangagwa. All right. Guys, I have to go. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And a good day